Hello and welcome to the first video for techniques to try. We are just getting started. So many of us struggle with that fear of the blank page and not really knowing how to get started and kind of get in our head a little bit, and then it just sits to the side and we never get going and we never do anything. And so I hope that this helps you to kind of get past that and to just dive in. So we're going to talk about a few easy acrylic painting techniques to help kick off your creative resets. So we're going to explore some color blocking, dry brushing, and scraping for texture in this first one. And really, these are just ways to help you kind of get out of your head and to remember that this is just paper in your journal. It is for you to relax and to kind of gain some clarity on things. And so I want you to have fun with this, and it's okay if it looks like a hot mess. So the first one, color blocking. You're just going to lay down some big bold sections of color. You can use a flat brush. I'm using a foam brush here. You could use an old gift card or even your fingers. And I want you to think of each block as an emotion or energy that you are giving its own space to breathe. Now, really, I start a lot of mine off like this, and I'll do about 3 sections with the first color, and I try to make them kind of balanced across the page. A lot of these first layers you cover over anyways, but it's kind of how I approach a lot of my paintings, that with each layer I think about kind of finding that balance that leads your eye around the page. So even if you're covering over things, it kind of keeps that thought in your head as you work through a piece. So I chose 3 colors. That is just what I like to do. You could do 2 colors, you could do 4 colors, 5 colors. It really doesn't matter. It is just about getting some color down on the page. Now, another reason that I really enjoy doing color blocking is that acrylic paint dries really fast. And so if you lay down 3 colors in 3 different areas and then you're moving on to the next one, by the time you get this first layer done and you get some color on the page and you're ready to kind of move on to some other things and layering, those sections will be dry. And so that's going to lead us into this next one, which is our dry brush technique. And, here you're going to use a mostly dry brush with just a little bit of paint on it, and you're going to drag it lightly across the surface to create streaks, some soft scratches, and areas of movement. So this is perfect for layering energy without covering what's underneath. And I always check the page to make sure that it needs to be dry before you're putting it on, because this is dry brushing. But I love this technique because it gives this like weathered, aged feeling to things. And sometimes those end up being some of my favorite parts. They're very subtle, they're underneath a lot of times, but it's kind of without that grit. It just doesn't have the same feeling to a piece if everything's real smooth and everything's real perfect. And I think I like it because it correlates to life, right? Like, life is not perfect. We weathered some storms, and I just love the feeling that it creates within a piece. And so it's just playing with it. And you see, you definitely want to have a different color. I like taking, if I have a warm color for my base, taking a cool color to do the dry brushing over it, and vice versa. If I have the blue, the cool colors, coming back with either one of the really light shades for contrast or a warm tone to give it just that contrast so it shows up. Okay, so moving into the next technique to help you get started, we're going to talk about scraping and spreading paint. So in this tutorial, I'm using just a piece of cardstock, but you could use a gift card or a scraper, really anything with a stiff edge. So I just had a piece of cardstock. I tore it in half because I didn't want it to be really big. And you're just going to apply a blob of paint, and then you're going to use whatever you chose to drag it across the page. And it can help you to create uneven texture and raw edges, and just remind you that messy can be beautiful and really freeing. I really enjoy this. Again, it leans a lot into adding that texture and that grit that I really love, especially in the underpainting of these pieces, and you can refine and you can work up. And what's fun about this is that because acrylic does dry and you can layer over it, you can kind of figure out what you like as you're going. You just play, you pay attention, and my biggest advice is to let go of that worry of, oh, this looks like a hot mess, this isn't going to turn out, I don't know what I'm doing. It is a journal, my friend. It is a piece of paper, and the purpose is we are journaling our thoughts, and then we are painting over to help connect how those thoughts are creating our feelings. And when we get in our head too much about, oh, I'm not a good painter or I'm not a good artist, it will stop us from really being able to get into the flow and to really enjoy the process, and it will keep you from creating as good of art. The more fun you can have with it and the more you can lean in and trust yourself, over time, the better it will get, because you learn to just trust yourself. You learn that this is just a place to play, to enjoy yourself, to cut loose, and to just leave whatever is bothering you on the page, and to focus your attention for moving forward for how you want to show up in your life. So that wraps up our first getting started tutorial for techniques to try. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to so many more. All the best, my friends.